I'm 6 years old. I peek outside the window. The rain finally stopped. I can now go out to play with the beetle Ahia caught. Yeah, a beetle. We tie a string around one of its legs and let it fly like a kite. I figure I can take the beetle out for a spin and Ahia wouldn't know. I step outside and I carefully open the matchbox holding the beetle while I hold the end of the string. Voila, the beetle is flying. This is awesome. But before I can fully savor the moment, I feel something's wrong. The beetle is flying around in circles. It flies faster and faster, and I go round and round with it. The next thing I know, I'm on the ground with a sore bum and the beetle nowhere to be found. Aya is going to kill me. I went inside the house feeling very guilty. Aya enters the living room. He opens the matchbox and asks, "Where's the beetle?" I choke and I say, "I played with it and it flew away. I'm so sorry." I braced myself for his wrath, but instead I hear, "It's okay. Come on, let's go out and find another one." His name was Fortunato. I had two older brothers, Fort and June, and Ahia was our eldest. Mama and Papa named him Fortunato for he brought fortune to the family when he was born. I was 14 years old when we lost Ahia. It was one of the darkest nights of my life. I was in bed waiting for news. Mama and June left after receiving a phone call that Ahia was in an accident. I pray and I read this verse. "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you." I feel at peace. Everything's gonna be okay. And then Mama calls. She says something over the phone, but I don't understand, so I ask her to repeat it. Ahia is already in heaven. My world freezes. Tears come down fast and loose, as if crying is the most natural thing in the world for me. I thought everything was going to be okay. Did I get it wrong? Ahia was shot and died on the spot in his car. It was all confusing for me. Until today, we don't know the details of what happened. After I got that phone call, everything was a blur for me. But things that our family did for each other stood out. My aunt and my uncle drove all the way from our hometown to pick me up from the city. My whole family and friends cooked and tended to guests who paid their respects to my brother. After his burial, my family and I gathered round in the living room to discuss how we will now live our lives. Heaviness filled the room. A hole was punched in my heart that to this day I carry. It's been 24 years since that night. My family and I went through more things together, including my move overseas, and more recently, the pandemic. It's May 2, 2021, and it's my birthday. I finally made it home after being away for 15 months. Cakes and my favorite Filipino dishes, lovingly home cooked, are all lined up on the long table. Mama, June, my aunts, uncles, cousins, and my nephew are all singing happy birthday. Very happy that I made it home. We may have lost Fortunato that night in 1997, but one thing I know for sure. I am with my fortune, and everything will be okay. Thank you.